All right, I want to say all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. This lesson is going to be entitled, Heathen Women Will Be Our Love Slaves. Get over yourself. And basically, there was a brother that made a comment on the video that I made yesterday. And it had the little Edomite chick in the beginning of the video, and she was crying about, she was an Edomite, looked like an Edomite. She was a white girl. And, she was just crying over the fact that it's coming out that we're the Hebrew Israelites, right? And I'm sure you've seen the video. So a brother made a comment and said that he would make her his concubine, but she need to learn how to season food or something to that effect. You had a whole lot of Israelite women coming on the comment board, a few different ones, talking shit. Talking about you men love to lust after Edomites. And first off, you can't even see the girl's shape. Nobody's lusting over a woman. You can't even see her shape, her body, nothing. You just speaking out of your heart because you offended, because you think you're gonna be able to keep us in a box. You damn nigga women, you ain't gonna keep us in a box. In the kingdom of heaven, we gonna be rulers, and we gonna do whatever we want to do with these heathen women. It's in the law, and you can't do nothing about it. You can just get mad, and all you little pussy begging weak ass Israelites, you can't do shit about it either. Matter of fact, you're gonna be doing the same thing. Let's read the scriptures here. Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. We're gonna get power over the nations. We're gonna do whatever we want to do to them within the law. Within the law, we're gonna do whatever we want to do to them, and ain't nothing none of you gonna be able to say about it. And especially you nigga women, you just need to be quiet. Really, you don't even supposed to be opening your mouth up. You keep coming on the comment board with all your damn emotions, because you're offended. You ain't gonna be able. We gonna have more than one wife, and we're gonna have many concubines, and you can't do shit about it. Verse 8, Psalms 2:8. Listen to this. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. You hear that? Yahweh Shai is going to give us the heathen for an inheritance. And what are we going to do? We're going to sell them. We're going to keep the ones we want. We're going to do whatever we want to do to them. Okay? And they're going to be our love slaves, and you can't do nothing about it. Okay? They're going to be concubines if we choose so. If we choose so, they're going to do it. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you real quick right here. Let's look up the word concubines. When you look it up in the scriptures, you find out. Okay? You find out. I'm just going to read about two quick ones right here just to make an example, just to prove a point. Right? Come on, damn it. Salakia. Right here, Genesis 25:6. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had. Hagar was a concubine. She was Hagar's maid, but then she gave her unto Abraham. Abraham had concubines and other women too, but unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. David, King David, who's going to be on the throne again, 2 Samuel 5:13, and David took him concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David. And a concubine is a sex slave, right? Normally, because the Israelite woman ain't gonna be a concubine. She's gonna be a princess, but you're gonna still be doing what we tell you to do. We're gonna use the women of the other nations for our pleasure whenever we feel like it. Of course, we're gonna have our Israelite wives, right? But we're gonna use these other women too. It says here, and they try to, they try to cloud it. It says a concubine, also a paramour, concubine paramour, which is basically a love slave. All right, a object of your sexual lust. That's what a concubine is. All right, so let's just go on. Now the last scripture said we're gonna get the heathen for our inheritance, right? And we're gonna rule them with a rod of iron. That strict, rigid rule is gonna come from what? How are we gonna govern? We're gonna use the law of the Most High. When you look into the law, it says this. Deuteronomy 21. Verse 10, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, are not the nations our enemies? Are we not going to go to war against them? When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, that thou hast taken them captive. You should take them captives whose captives they were, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and beware her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And this wife is a concubine, a wife of lesser significance or importance, right? And it says she's going to beware her father and mother. Why? Because normally in battle, when you overcome and you take over a nation of people, you normally put to death the old people, and you keep the younger sort for yourself, all those that you find worthy. It said that if you see among the captives a beautiful woman, you're like, damn, she kind of nice, I want to keep her, brother. What would you give me for her? If another brother got her, you might bargain with him and take her, right? He gonna say, well, look, give me this and that, or I see, well, look, you got another chick, you got an East Indian girl, I got a Moabite chick. Another brother might fancy Moabites. He's like, you know what? I give you 2 Edomites for that Moabite. It's just what it is. And if you can't get it, then so what? It doesn't mean anything. It's in the law. The law in the kingdom, Hebrews 8 says we're gonna have the law in our inward part. So this is gonna be within us. It's the law of the Most High, and it endures forever. You can't get around it. What do you think we're gonna do? You think we're gonna take our own women captive? Hell no. It's talking about the other nations' women. I'll read it again. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman. Salakia. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and beware her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her. You get to hit that. You get to bust them drawers down. I'm just saying it like that because I want to get on your nerves, because you get on my nerves. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her wife, and she shall be thy wife. And be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. Why? Because she ain't under the law. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. So in that case, after we already took her down, we can't sell her to nobody else, because she's basically defiled. You know, she's defiled. And let me take that back. We're going to institute the rule of law over the nations. They're going to have to follow the laws. But it said we won't be able to sell her, right? In that regard, we won't be able to sell her. Now, we're going to do to the nations what they did unto us. Let's go to Joel chapter 3. So in that regard, we won't be able to sell her, but it's all right though. If we decide, to do whatever to her, it's our property. We can do whatever we want, and you ain't gonna have nothing to say, nigga woman. In that day, you will be the Israelite woman, all in your perfect order, and you ain't gonna have nothing to say. Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Plain. Most High gonna get us out of captivity, and He gonna bring the nations into World War III, because that's where He's gonna sit to judge all the nations, as He said. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Hamites, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, who are Edomites. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. They're going to do the same thing to you that you did to them. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Now, the ones that we don't want, we're going to sell them. The ones we want, we're going to keep them. If we see among those captives that we're selling, we say, you know what, I kind of like her. She got, she looked like a sister. Even though she a Edomite girl, she remind me of a sister. It might, in that day, you might have tear girls. Girls that's tears, they really Edomites. They look like sisters. She might be fine. I'm going to keep her. And and I'm gonna make her mine, and you can't do shit about it. Lord willing, if I'm there or other brothers, we gonna do whatever we want to do. The kingdom of heaven, you do not get to keep us in a box, nigga, woman. We ain't gonna be living by Babylonian standards. We ain't gonna be living according to Esau's law no more. Okay, we gonna be broke free from that yoke, and your mouth gonna be fucking closed. 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. Listen to what David says here. 22, verse 38. And I may read down a little bit. 2 Samuel 22:38. I have pursued mine enemies and destroyed them, and turned not again until I had consumed them. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not rise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet, for thou hast girded me with strength to battle. Them that rose up against me, thou hast subdued under me. Thou hast also given me the necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. See that? They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not, because he's not their God. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mire of the street, and did spread them abroad. Thou hast also delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be the head of the heathen. A people which I knew not shall serve me. We're going to be heads over the heathen, and they're going to serve us. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me. See that? Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their closed places. So, and one more verse. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation. You see that? And that's what it's going to be. If you want to read that, read the rest of the whole, you can read the whole chapter. So the other nations, they're going to obey us. And when we say to them, bring me your finest daughter, bring me your most beautiful daughter. Who is that girl right there? She look kind of good. Bring her over here to me right now. And they're going to say, yes, Lord. And they're going to go right away, and they're going to do it. And you ain't going to have nothing to say, because your mouth going to be closed. You're going to be under the law, as it says. You're going to have the law in your inward part. And it says, for you have to submit unto your husband. So when your husband says, I see a group of heathen girls that I like, call forth the other servant girls, have them take them home and clean them up. You ain't gonna be, well, you don't need, you already got 5 wives. You ain't gonna have nothing to say. You're gonna just say, yes, my Lord, and you're gonna do it too. And if we want to take you, we'll take you. Ain't gonna be none of that, oh, I got a headache, I don't feel like it. No, you looking at the concubine Smith. Shut up and get in the bed. Get in the house. You're gonna do what we tell you to do. And I'm saying it like that. Look, the kingdom of heaven is not about sex. The kingdom of heaven is not about women. Okay? However, in rulership, we do have certain perks and certain advantages, and we're going to enjoy the advantages. Of course, we ain't think it ain't just all about lust. Nobody's doing that. But just to make a point, get over yourself. The heathen women will be our love slaves if we choose that. Every brother may not choose that. Some brothers may be like, he don't want to be bothered with them. That's fine. But you can't force that as a part of the truth. The truth of the matter is, we're going to do double unto them. Everything they did to us, we're going to do it to them, and we're going to do it to them on a higher level. And if you can't stomach it, then, hey, that's on you. You got to work that out. But the Most High has promised to give us the desires of our heart. If the desires of our heart is to have 1,000 wives, which is 300 concubines and 700 wives, or whatever, however order we choose it, just like Solomon did, just like David had concubines, like Abraham had, righteous men. Who are you to say anything about it? You're nobody. You're nobody. And that's the lesson. I just wanted to bring that out. And I mean, this is not a full exhaustive breakdown of it, you know, but it is what it is. Heathen women will be our love slaves. Get over yourself. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. See you with another lesson soon, Lord willing. Shalom.